Hey guys, Dan here from Your Guitar Academy, and in this lesson we're going to be looking at Tutti Frutti by Little Richard, and it sounds something like this. Now, just before we get started, please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video so far, and also leave a comment. Any questions that you have, we will make sure that we get on there and answer them. We've also got a full write-up of this lesson available on the website, and we'll put the link in the description and in the video so that you can go and check that out. It'll have the chord shapes and the little bit of tab that you need to really master this track. Now then, it was so sad to hear that Little Richard passed away just the other week, so I really wanted to put something together in terms of a lesson that would just show off some of his greatest tracks. And for me, obviously, the first place I went to was Tutti Frutti, just such a classic Little Richard track. And of course, it's a lot more orientated around the piano and the bass and everything else, but it does have guitar parts in it. And we kind of emulate some of the trumpet and the saxophone parts as well in the chords that we're playing. So there are loads of ways you could play through this, but I wanted to put together a more kind of guitar-y version. So that's what we're going to be doing, and it's a great one to kind of really learn your 12-bar blues. There's also a slightly more unique element to it than just a basic 12-bar kind of rock and roll thing, which I think really makes this track stand out and is slightly different to the rest of the rock and roll stuff of that era. So let's get started. The first thing we need to get is this kind of bass guitar part, which is just doubled up on the electric guitar, which is this. Bamboo. Apart from my really awful tuning there at the beginning, that's basically the thing. So think of this as your chorus, the main kind of theme of the song, or the A section of the song, where he's going Tutti Frutti, out of Rudy, all that kind of stuff. Whatever he says there. So really, it's just this kind of idea of an arpeggio that you're running through. Okay, and this is in the key of F. So we're going to do an F7. It's kind of like an F6 actually, arpeggio, okay? So we're going to use, let's just do the notes first. So we're going to start with the F, then we're going to do the open string, so that's the A string. Then you're going to do the 3rd fret on the A string, and then the open fret on the D string. So you get, and all that is in terms of theory is a root, a 3rd, a 5th, and a 6th. And that's so classic when it comes to any kind of rock and roll. If I just move that into the key of G. Or you might hear something more extended like this. You know? But it sounds to me like in this track, it's just that repeated 4 notes over and over again. It doesn't really go to that flat 7. Not that you need to worry about that, just throwing it out there for anyone who's interested. So we've got this really great one for beginners as well, because you don't have to use many notes at this point. We're just using a lot of open strings, okay? And that you play around, okay? So you're going to essentially use that 4 times, okay? In terms of our bar structure, 1 lot round there is just 1 bar, okay? We can literally count it 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's super simple in terms of our count. You play that 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you take the exact same thing and move it up to the 6th fret. Okay? Now, this is where you've got to do a little bit more work because you're not using the open strings now. So I would take the 2nd finger onto the 6th fret, okay, and do it like this. So 6th fret, 5th fret, little finger on the 8th fret, and then the 5th fret again, but now on the D string. Okay, so we've got that same thing, same kind of arpeggio, root, 3rd, 5th, 6th, but now just up on the B flat, which is the 4 chord in a 12 bar. Okay, so this is the classic kind of rock and roll thing. You've gone from a 1 chord to a 4 chord. Okay, so you do that one twice. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you come down to the F one twice. Then we're going to go to the 5 chord, which is the C, and we're going to do that shape, same shape exactly you did on the B flat, but now up to the C, so on the 8th fret. It's exactly the same shape, guys. You've got to visualize the shape here rather than the frets, really, to be able to apply this to all rock and roll. Then drop down to the B flat. So 1 on each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to just simply hit the F and stop for that kind of break before it all starts around again. Okay? So the whole of the intro and just whenever you hear that Tutti Frutti bit is like this. So 1, in fact what I'll do is I'll put it with a drum beat. So let's just take it, so this is about the speed of the track. You know. So we'll just slow that down. We'll go down to 150. Nice swung beat. Sounds like this. In fact, we'll go even slower just to really help you guys follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. Then to the B flat. Oh, helps if I played the right note. Then the F. Then the C. B flat. Stop. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So that's the part, let's call it the A section. Whenever you hear that, Tutti Frutti on a Rudy, Tutti Frutti on a Rudy, Tutti Frutti. I'm not going to be singing anymore on this track because I'm all over the place, but there you go. That's the gist of it. Now, after that, we go into the B section. Okay, so exactly the same bits. So when you're on the F, you do that sequence. When you do on the B flat, you do that sequence on the C. So it's the same bit, it's just a slightly different ordering now. Okay, so the B section sounds like this. Oh. So again, 4 times, exactly the same. Then twice on the 4 chord. And then twice on the 1 chord. But here's the difference. So now, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, so we go 1 chord for 4, the 4 chord for 2, the 1 chord for 2, and then rather than going up to the 5th at that point, as you would expect to, you hang around on the 1. For 4 bars, in the first 2 bars, you're going to go 1 and let it 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then absolutely nothing. And then you go back into the A section. You literally start the chorus at that point, so the Tutti Frutti bit, okay? So that section, if I do that with a drum beat, I'll slow that down again, 130 will do. That goes like this, 2, 3, 4. How to love me, yes indeed, Tutti Frutti, and then you're back to the chorus, okay? So I'll do it roughly, you know, I'm only doing this for instructional purposes so you can hear my awful singing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got a girl named something. She knows how to drive me crazy. I got a girl named something. She knows how to drive me crazy. She knows how to love me, yes indeed. She's the ba-ba-doo-dee-dee-dee-dee, Tutti Frutti on a Rudy, and then you're back into that chorus, okay? So please, in the comments, let me know if I was even close with the lyrics, even close. Is it, I got a girl named Rosie, I want to say Rosie, I can't remember. I'm not a lyricist. I don't ever listen to lyrics, just the guitar parts. So there we go. So we've got an A section and we've got a B section. The A section is the main kind of typical 12 bar thing. And then the B section is just that specifically for those set of lyrics. And then you're back into the A section. And you just loop that for the whole track, okay? Now, the other part that you saw me play at the beginning was that kind of the stabs, which you'll hear from the trumpet. Okay? So we need to learn a couple of, one chord shape that we just move up and down here, okay? And what I'm playing, you can do this all over the neck, but I think try this one, okay? Is I'm playing a dominant 7th chord, okay? And it's an F dominant 7, okay? And basically I'm flattening the first finger, I'm barring, so this is a good chance to practice your bar. I'm barring the first finger on the 1st fret, and I've got my 2nd finger, or you can do your 3rd finger, on the 2nd fret of the G string. So you're trying to get that ringing out as clearly as you can. Okay? And you're just going to move that shape. So when you're on the F, so when we're on the F part, this low, you're doing that one. Then when we move up to the B flat, you're doing that one. So exactly the same shape, we're just moving up to the 6th fret. And for the C, same shape, we just move it up to the 8th fret. Okay? Now that's the chord, but the art form here is where you hit it. That was the beauty of all this rock and roll, the kind of the section, the horn section is what I'm trying to get at. The beauty of their skill was when to hit the stabs, not what to hit. What you hit was relatively obvious. You know, you kind of you mime the chord, so whatever chord you're on, basically, or melodies within that chord. But when you hit it, really created the pulse. Okay, so in this instance, we got like this. So in terms of a count, it's 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3. And notice it's staccato, which basically means as soon as you've hit the note, you then let it go. You stop it. So you release the pressure. 1 and 2 and 3. 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 Okay, so if I did that with a beat, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, okay, just mimic the changes, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and then anytime there's a stop in the music, so one of those wah ba ba loo babs, you know, that stop, just hit on the 1. So straight on the 1, and we're in there, okay? Same for the stop in the B section. So when he goes, I know how to love you, yes indeed. She's the best girl that I've ever seen. Tutti Frutti. And then you're back to that stab. So it can take a little bit of getting used to those changes and the rhythm like that, but basically, that is the track, okay? And if you really just wanted to do a really basic version of that track, you could even just do kind of like the bar chords or power chords, F, B flat, and C, and just put them together in the right order, which is basically, again, head on over to the website so you can just see those chords in the right order, okay? It's a standard rock and roll, it's just got that one little shift in it. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed that. Please do let me know that you did by liking, subscribing, and leaving me a comment just to let me know how you get on. But also, if you've got any questions, use the comment sections to ask them there. We'll definitely get back to you on the questions. Cool guys, so if you're into the rock and roll style stuff and you just want to learn a little bit more, then for now we've got a really cool course that you can take here on YouTube, absolutely free. And it's also got the links to the website so you can get the kind of tab and everything else. Or, as I said before, if you want to check out this write-up, we've got the link here to the website so you can actually get the chord boxes and everything else, the tab, to make sure that you absolutely nail it.